What's up, Yang Gang? Grassroots Yang Gang family. The outpouring for us has been incredible. We can't talk about that right now. Right now, we got to listen to Andrew Yang on CNN last night. Chris Cuomo. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And we wanted to talk about, just for a second, real quick, CNN, shout outs to y'all for fixing your graphics and for including Andrew Yang.
Shout out to the Yang Gang for making that happen.
Enjoy the video. We'll see you at the end.
All the way. Thank you, Gang Gang. I love you guys. You're the best. I wouldn't be here without you.
All right, so half of the Democrats vying for the presidency qualified. They're going to make it into the next debate. All right, so you're going to have 20 now, right? And here's your set of 10 here on the stage, and here's how they're going to look up in there. Andrew Yang, see that good-looking guy? A couple to the right on your screen from Elizabeth Warren. He will likely continue. That was funny, right? He will likely continue to push his proposal to give every American $1,000 a month in what he calls the Freedom Dividend. Bernie Sanders, who will be standing just 4 podiums away, says guaranteed federal jobs are the way to do it, not just a handout. We got Andrew Yang here. Thank you very much. But as promised before, on immigration, look, Rick Santorum, the president, Ken Cuccinelli, they're not wrong. There are rules. And what they're saying is we've been too lax on the rules for too long, and somebody needs to restore order. What's your counter?
I think Jennifer had it exactly right, that we don't have the resources on the ground to actually implement the rules on the books, where you have rules saying judges need to adjudicate these cases, but then you get there, you're talking about a 10-month, 15-month waiting period to see a judge. So you end up with chaos, not enough facilities, not enough case managers, not enough social
Their
workers.
answer is, because you're arguing justice delayed is justice denied. If you can't do it efficiently, don't do it. They say that's crazy. Because these people aren't supposed to be here. They've been given a free pass. What about me? What about my resources for me and my family? You're just finding an excuse to be soft.
Well, the rules are the rules on the books, hard or soft. We just need to actually implement them as they're written. And to me, a lot of the discussion
That's
around
what they're
immigrants,
saying, by the way,
is missing the point, where we're scapegoating immigrants for economic problems, when if you go to a factory, it's not wall-to-wall immigrants you'll find in Michigan or Ohio or Pennsylvania. It's wall-to-wall machine arms, robots, automation. To me, the immigration discussion is unfortunately scapegoating people for something they have nothing to do with.
But unless you want to live out the matrix, people attach animus to other people. And if they want to talk about, who they're afraid of and what they feel displaced by, they're going to look to people. This president knows that. That's why the focus of his demagoguery is this group that I call the Brown Menace, the way he's articulated them. The problem for you is, let's say you win. You make it out of this field. Now you're going to be standing with a guy who says, this is one of the oldest oppositional statements in politics. I'm about being tough on crime. You are soft. And tough usually wins. You say, well, you can't enforce the laws on the books. I don't think that's enough.
Well, we have to solve the problems that got Donald Trump elected in the first place. And when I go around the country and I talk to people in Ohio or Iowa or Pennsylvania, and I say, look, it's not immigrants, it's automation, thousands of Americans, a light bulb goes off. I've yet to have someone say, but I really think it's the immigrants. Because as soon as you say it out loud to someone, they realize, oh, wait, when I go to my supermarket, what do I see? One of those self-serve kiosks. When I go to my Walmart, what's going on? A robot patrolling the aisles. They see it around them, and then immediately they realize, oh, wait, there's something bigger going on here.
But do you think that works? If he's hammering on the fact that he's going to be tough on this, he's building a wall. We know that a majority of the American people think that a wall as part of a system of keeping us safe is good. A boundary system is good. You're just going to say, don't worry about that?
Well, we need to enforce our borders. We need to actually have the resources in place to enforce the rules as they're written. But we also have to think bigger about the forces that are driving Americans to feel like they don't have a path forward. And a lot of it is the fact that we've automated away millions of manufacturing jobs, and we're now going to do the same thing to millions of retail jobs, call center jobs, truck driving jobs, which will be an utter disaster for hundreds of thousands of Americans.
So I read into your plan about the dividend, and I discovered a few things. One, That was a great thing to call it. Now, your opponents will not call it a dividend. And I understand now, going through your reasoning and obviously your understanding of finance, why a dividend, just for people at home who had to figure out the way I did, a dividend is something that you get on the basis of an investment. Okay? So it's not a handout. It's that you're getting this back for something you put in. And the reason you justify giving it to everybody, even someone who's making a lot of money like me, thank God, is, well, then it reduces the stigma of taking it. It makes it universal, and I'll pay more in to what funds that dividend. So I'll wind up getting less, actually, than I probably fund in. So it's okay. It balances out. Now, here's the stick that you get hit in the head with. You are the leftiest of lefties. You are a gift-given, something-for-nothing guy, and I'm killing myself working to take care of my family, and you're going to give everybody $12,000 a year on my back? No thanks.
Well, again, Americans are wising up to the fact that you have Amazon, this trillion-dollar tech company that's closing 30% of our stores and malls and paying zero in taxes while doing it. So you have to ask, who are the big winners in the 21st century economy? It's Amazon, Google, Facebook, Uber, companies that are excellent at not paying a whole lot.
I agree. Make them pay a lot of taxes and use it to pay down our debt and all those other things, so I pay less taxes.
Well, what we do is we get our fair share of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad. A study just came out that said our data is now worth more than oil. And what I'm asking Americans around the country, do you remember getting your data check in the mail?
Never.
Never, right?
But why should I get any check in the mail?
Right
people who say, no, something for nothing. This is America. You earn it. This is not a socialist country where you get given an income.
Well, this is a deeply American idea, and one state has had a dividend for almost 40 years, and that state is Alaska. It was passed by a Republican governor. He made this argument, who would you rather get the oil money? The government, who's just going to mess it up somehow, or you, the Alaskan people? We're at the same point where what oil is to Alaska, technology is to the entire country.
So what do you say to Bernie saying, because it's not like he's known to not be left. He says, no, it's too much of a handout. You got to have federal jobs. That's how it makes more sense.
Well, to me, Bernie misses a few really important truths. Number one, if you put money into our hands in a dividend, we're going to spend it right there in our economy. It's going to be trickle up in towns and communities. It's going to create hundreds of thousands of jobs at restaurants, garages, tutoring services, daycare, where we live and work.
Why isn't the same true as if you were working from a federal job? You get income, you spend it.
Well, in this case, like if we have the money, we spend it in local businesses, and then that economic growth ends up creating hundreds of thousands of jobs. The second thing is a federal jobs guarantee doesn't touch people like my wife, who's at home with our two boys right now, one of whom is autistic, nurturers, caregivers. Saying that you have a federal jobs guarantee does not recognize the work that's actually going on in our homes and communities every day. The third thing is that Bernie somehow imagines that millions of Americans aspire to work for the government, which we do not. If you think about a federal jobs guarantee in practice, who says what the jobs are? What if you don't like that job? What if you're not good at that job? Who manages you? There are all of these really tricky details in implementation that make a federal jobs guarantee much, much better in the abstract than in real life.
That third point is going to be your strongest as a counter to him. His strongest to you is going to be that feel of something for nothing. And there's subtlety here. And there's nuance, and that's hard to get across in politics. But that's why we invite you on the show to be tested and make your case. Andrew Yang, congratulations on being on the big stage.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right. I'll be seeing you there. All right. Thank you very much.
Magically, we're at the end of the video now.
So I really liked the style of this interview because I feel like it was preparing Andrew Yang more for like a debate style. He had to give short answers, and Cuomo was coming at him with harder questions, like something Bernie would ask or something Trump would ask. So I feel like he was actually helping him out. But at the same time, he is mainstream media. So he's also, the MSM is trying to create a divide between like Bernie Bros and Yang Gang. I feel like they are trying to do that, divide the progressives, and and then the top tiers go after each other, and everybody's getting in their own little camps on immigration, on $15 an hour and federal job guarantee versus UBI, which there can be both. But the thing is, Bernie is now taking this stance against UBI.
And that's not good, Yang Gang. The only way that we're going to do this is if we all come together. There's a reason that they call us the Yang Gang. Because we are coming from all walks of life, and we are joining in this cause. There's a lot of people on Twitter who follow us that used to be burners. Listen, Bernie Bros, burners, we need y'all. We need y'all over here. And we can't let mainstream media divide us anymore, because that kind of stuff is it's exactly what they want. They need us divided. One, it makes for better news. And two, if we're fighting each other, guess who's gonna pick up steam? Donald Trump's gonna pick up steam. His camp is not really going away. Now we're gonna pull some Trump voters and some Trump supporters. It already has. And they're gonna continue to come over. But by and large, Trump's camp is set.
So what needs to happen, I think, you can like Bernie, you can stick with Bernie, you can like Yang, stick with Yang. We know who the better candidate is because we've done our research. And that's not saying burners haven't done their research, they've done it too. But when you look at all the facts, you realize who the better choice is. But Yang Gang, burners need to team up and attack people like Biden and Warren. Those are the ones you need to get out of the way.
Oh Lord, don't even get me started on those two. Biden is gonna do himself in, probably. I mean, just
he's dropping in the polls, while Warren, Sanders, and Yang are all going up in the polls. But we still need, Warren's gotta go.
We need to absorb the orb too. We need to absorb the orb. Marianne Williamson's camp. We absolutely got to get them in. Tulsi supporters, we need y'all too. We got to unite the clans, y'all. It's the only way we're going to do this. We got to be like Braveheart. We got to get everybody together.
We need to all unite behind the best candidate,
Andrew Yang, and let him pick who he thinks is going to be the best vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody's camp's absolutely getting in there. We got to come together, y'all. Quick update. Housing situation. We believe that the universe has moved us out of this house for a reason.
Like, yes, we are moving in 2 days, but in 2 days,
It's so exciting.
you see where we're at. In 2 days, you'll have an update because that's when we're out of here, and you'll see where we are as we're there. We're gonna make it a fun adventure.
She just made it really fun for me.
Shout out!
Shout out time.
Yes.
Y'all, I hope to my soul that you stay for this part. Y'all, the outpouring has just been
Yeah. Really.
It's been incredible. And y'all don't know how much we appreciate that. The Patreon support on our page, our friends like Scott Santons and Jessica Canaday and so many others for the donations that have come in. Y'all, this helps set us up for something that I believe is going to be truly amazing. Not just for our family, personally, but y'all, our grassroots Yang Gang family. Y'all, what we were just talking about, we're about to bring the heat. So we love and appreciate you, Yang Gang family, because y'all make this magic happen. And we're about to bring y'all some real magic. See you on the next one, Yang Gang.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Ew. Ah!